A little bit about Pat about coming back here for this reunion and what it means to you and what you think it'll mean to the people, who are Alabama people.
Well, it's been, I don't know how long it's been since I've been over here, and it's been a long time. But, once you coach kids and become a part of their life, and we spent 8.5 years here, 9 football seasons, and when you coach them and you live with them and you become what you become and winning championships or going through tough seasons or whatever it may be, it kind of becomes part of your family. They do, and you do part of theirs. And a lot of these guys I hadn't seen in a long time, and I'm 71 years old, and I don't know how many more opportunities I would have to come back. So I just, my first reaction when I got it, I'd be a lot easier to just stay at home and watch it on television or whatever. But I got to thinking about it. I said, I hadn't been back to Tuscaloosa in, say, 30 years, and I'd like to go back and see all those old guys that we coached in the 70s and 60s. And so here I am, and I've had a great time. I mean, these old. Once you get that bond, you never lose that. It doesn't make any difference, time, age, distance, whatever. It doesn't ever take that away from you. And of course, it was never more evident than it was today by the reception from the former players that I coached here, and a lot of them played other positions that I didn't coach, but we had great relationships with. And a lot of them I recruited.
Coach, how do you think it's going to feel just stepping out there? This generation, they weren't around, when you were coaching with the team, and just how do you think they'll?
Well, I looked at that crowd in there today, and of course they played 71, and there wasn't many of them in that room that could play today. The skill level has gone up considerably, and the size, speed, and it might have been a few of them. Musso could have played today, but you'd have to be a superstar in the 60s or 70s to be able to play at the level that these guys playing at today.
Coach, what do you think about Auburn's loss today and how they lost?
Well, they didn't play much different than they played in the first 2 ball games. They just played with a football team, and the quarterback was red hot for Clemson. And what was the guy that was number 2? What was his name? I don't know, but we couldn't tackle him. We couldn't cover him, and we couldn't tackle him when he caught it.
Sammy Watkins, he's a freshman.
No, not number 2. Surely to goodness,
yeah, I think 5 is Watkins.
Surely number 2 ain't a freshman. Because he was, he made everybody out there look like a freshman. And but it's not surprising. We played 2 tough ball games back to back, and you're not going to be at the top of your game every week. And we wasn't today. Missed a lot of tackles, and this is, this is a young football team, and they're gonna take their lumps during the course of the year, and they got one today, and there's nothing they can do but regroup. But they, it's a young football team, and they'll respond and react in a positive way with the coaching, and they'll get better as the year goes along. But you can't force experience. The only way you can get it is by being out there, and when you take 3-4 years of lifting weights and going through the program and going through the repetitions on the practice field and all of the things that you experience in those, you just grow up in. And these guys were playing in high school last year, and we playing, I don't know, 15 or 20 of them, and it showed up today.
You concerned very much about the defense?
Yeah, I've been concerned about the defense in both ball games. We haven't stopped the run, and then of course they wore us out throwing the football today too. It did make any difference what Clemson did. They did, they run it off, throw it, and the only thing is I think they'll get better, but you know, in this league, unfortunately, we play Florida Atlantic next week. Hopefully, we'll be good enough to beat them, and then it's on to Arkansas and South Carolina. And, you know, the schedule we play is you know, it's going to, if we beat Arkansas, it'll be a close game, and it'll certainly be an upset if we beat, you know, one of those South Carolina or LSU or one of those teams down the road. I doubt very seriously if you just took it right now and looked at our schedule and the people we had to play, we'd be underdogs in every game that we're going to play except Samford, Florida Atlantic, and we got somebody else in there.
Ole Miss.
Oh, no, well, maybe. You know, we might be favored. We might be favored over Ole Miss. They got other problems than what we got. But you know, it's so we gotta win all those we're supposed to win, and hopefully upset a couple of those others.